So we are getting started a little late, but I want to thank all of you who did come and attend and support your fellow members in their creativity. These are the Poet Laureates of the Hope of Israel Senior Center under the guidance of Tiffany Center-Miller. And this is their, I think this is like their 6th poetry reading here. So we want to give them a round of applause for being gracious enough to share themselves and to share their thoughts, because it's not easy to express as a poet. You reveal a lot of yourself. So a round of applause for our poets. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Tiffany, who's going to give you a bit of explanation about how this is going to work.
Hello, welcome. Thank you all for coming out to our poetry reading. And yes, I've been teaching poetry here for many years. I'm gonna release this. And it's always a pleasure Wednesdays coming here and working with this wonderful group of people who pour their hearts out on the page and who have fun. We have fun every Wednesday. You might hear us laughing in there, right? Wait, first of all, how's everybody doing? I know it's been kind of a rough year, right? And it's coming to an end though, okay? So we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna remember that, you know, it's all about joy, okay? Now, poetry is the most musical form of writing, right? So, and it's the most expressive form of writing and the most free form of writing. And so I think our poets here really exemplify that. And so before we begin, I would like to read, can I borrow my book real quick? I would like to read from our book that just came out today, came out recently, A Brighter Tomorrow, which is named after a poem that Mr. Jeffers wrote. So let's give them all a hand for this book, which is a collection of their work. So give them all a hand for this. From this book that I do every year is I take a line from everybody's poem and I put it together into its own poem. Okay? So this is a line from everyone's poem here, from one of everyone's poems. A Brighter Tomorrow. Your imagination is powerful, precious, personal. It is a beautiful rainbow. When I look back and see where I was yesterday, I can hardly contain myself. You and I are the results of this love, and the universe is opening up for you to emerge because I love you. The Spirit is speaking to the world. Oh Lord, thanks for everything in my life. Okay, thank you. Carnival is over. The last sad clown has sailed away. No more rum and dancing, till next year anyway. The mangoes have started to harden. The bananas have lost their spots. The sweet sea water has salted over. The wood has begun to rot. The spirits of our ancestors have gone back to their own land. So watch your spirit mother wave goodbye with her spirit hand. Thank you. Who are here today, Emmanuel, who I'm going to read a poem from his a little bit later, and Patricia is not here as well. Patricia Robinson and Emmanuel Yusuf. So I'll be reading one of their poems a little bit later on in the program. So I am going to be bringing up to the stage a veteran of Hope of Israel, who's been here from pretty much the beginning, born in Nevis, West Indies, and he loves poetry. Mr. James Jeffers. Come on down. So, everybody here okay?
Good afternoon, everybody. It is said that this is the season to be jolly, So I'm going to present on one item which has to do not only with the season, but throughout our lives and beyond. And the title of it is Life's Journey and the Great Beyond. Life's journey and the great beyond. Life's journey is not just from the cradle to the grave, but beyond. Blessed are those who look up, down, left, and right before they proceed. By God's matchless grace, okay, as we go through this festive season, may we focus mainly on Him who is the reason for the season. Then, when all is said and done, we will abide with Him forever in the great beyond. That's it for now until the other item.
That was really nice. Haven't seen Mr. Jefferson in a while. It's always a pleasure. Okay, make some noise. Is it the Bronx or what? All right. Woo. Yes. There you go. Somebody's awake back there. I love it. Good. Okay. All right. Next up to the microphone is Miss Anna Parham, a wonderful musician and poet in person. Let's welcome her.
Warm. Thank you, Ms. Tiffany, for all those kind words. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I have not been as regular as I should be, so when you buy the collection of poems that we've written, you will see I have very few, and the ones that I have are rather short. But they're with thought in mind, and I just want to express that what I write, as Tiffany said, is what's on your heart. I have a very optimistic view of life. And so in my poems, I hope that depicts that. So this one poem here talks about the sun will shine. I see it. Oh yes, I see it. Slowly but surely, I see it. I knew it would happen as surely as I put one foot in front of the other. Children, don't ever get weary. He promised it would happen if I stayed the course. Look, 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 there it is. I see the sun.
Thank you so much, Anna. That was really nice. Okay. Okay, moving right along. Next up to the mic, oh my goodness, is Miss Mary Smith. She is one of our newest members of the class, and she is just, I feel like her middle name is poetry or something. I don't know. All right, so let's give her a nice warm welcome. This is her first poetry ever, and I don't think it's going to be her last. Okay, thank you, Mary Smith.
I'm a little nervous, but I can make it.
Yes.
The title of my poem is I Wonder. I wonder if they said good morning when they woke up face to face. I wonder if they said I love you when they moved over to give each other space. I wonder who made breakfast, a pancake and eggs. I wonder if they had biscuits with strawberry and banana spread. I wonder as they rushed out the door to go their separate ways, did they both say I love you with a long, warm embrace? I wonder.
I don't wonder that Jesus brings us. She's a writing lady right here, and she's also a great grandmother. Can you believe that? I mean, I'm sure she's a great grandmother, but you know what I mean, a great, you know. Anyway. Moving right along. Next up to the mic another newest member of the class who is just a wonderful poet and just gives great contributions to the class about the poems we bring in. Her name is Miss Lona Dutton. Make some noise.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
All right. Before I read my poem, which is called The Journey, I'd like to just share a little verse of this. Let not your heart be troubled. These tender words I hear, asking in his goodness, removes all doubt and fear. So I draw closer to him, from care, all care, he sets me free. For his arm is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over. As I journey through this world of care, I lift my voice in God, to God in prayer. Although there's darkness, trouble, strife, when I follow him, he will provide a better life. Sometimes the road I cannot see, but I shall follow with patience, not anxiety, until I reach my destiny. So I thank you, Jesus, my guide, my friend. With promises, he promises to be with me until the end. Thank you.
Miss Love, I mentioned she sings as well. Oh my goodness, somebody chopping onions in here? Because I'm crying. All right, that was good. Okay, next up to the mic. Oh, is another veteran of the class. Miss Camille Reese, who is a sculptor by nature and a poet by design. I concur. Welcome, Camille. Give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. The name of this poem is You Are Not Alone. You are a teacher and a student, depending on what hat you wear. You take from others and give of yourself. The balance is maintained if you share. So never think of yourself as a person who is just here to learn. When the story is told, at the end of the day, your words by some will be heard. So be careful of what you say or do. Remember, there are students watching.
You almost dropped the mic. All right. Next up to the microphone. Thank you, Camille. Again, I'm just hitting me again. Okay.
Yes.
Delayed reaction. There you go. Next up to the microphone is just one of the loveliest, warmest, wonderful people I know, and poets from poet from Tarboro, North Carolina. Let's give a warm welcome to Miss Yvonne Thomas.
All right.
Everyone, I would like to thank you for taking time out your busy schedules to sit with us today. The name of my poem, The Thought Beyond All Meanings. The thought beyond all meanings of things untold that moves us forward and back to the wisdom root, which spreads throughout the universe and touch our souls, and we wonder where we are and how we got there. But we're here.
Well done, Yvonne. Nice, nice. All right. Everybody just looks so good, too. That's another thing. I love it. Okay, so we're going to go another round. Before we do that, I'm going to read a poem from Patricia Robinson, who could not make it today. And she She's a member of this class. This one is going to Angelic Warrior. Spiritual wars can be demanding. It's a job for everyone, barring none. In the darkest hours of mankind, there's a voice within that connects us with being human, shining the light on a brighter tomorrow, helps us to bury a warrior's sorrow. If we forget to speak up on the battle line at the right time, finding the peace we seek won't be complete. Thank you. That's Patricia Robinson.
This item that I'm presenting is not in the book. It's a bonus. And since we are in the Christmas season, down to the ages, many numerous stories have been written about Christmas by many different people. What you are going to hear now is my version, at least one of my versions, of Christmas. It is called JC's Birthday. Sorry. There is going to be a birthday party for JC. Many folks agreed it will be a party fit for a king, with lots of music, singing, and dancing. World's favorite dishes prepared without haste to please the most discriminating taste. Drinks that will fill even a thirsty beast. It's going to be a great feast. The folks began to sing jubilantly. Hooray! A birthday party for JC. It's going to be the best birthday party yet to be held anywhere on this planet. The town folks are going to celebrate, but no one really seems to know the date. Said one official did not agree for such an honor given to JC. Said he, I'll give half of what I'm worth to anyone who knows the date of JC's birthday. Then I too will be a participant, perhaps the most outstanding celebrant. We don't know that day, someone conceded, but in our opinion, that is needed. We love JC and will select a day, be it in December, August, or May. The date was set. Without hesitation, the entire town went into action, sweeping the streets and mending the fences, painting and decorating the houses, crowding every section in every store, buying all that were on the shelves and more, rushing frantically hither and yon from dawn, even beyond the setting sun. The death arrived, and following the plan, varied forms of festivities began: parading, coroneering, and dancing, uncontrolled clowning, eating, and drinking. The party is on, but where is JC? Someone stopped and inquired anxiously. This celebration without his presence is nothing more than an act of pretense. All agreed. The festivities halted. The matter was then investigated. The findings were unfortunate indeed, and it behooves each of us to take heed. The town folks with all their preparations, their festive spirit, their declarations, had simply forgotten to invite JC to his own fabulous birthday party.
All right. Wow. Whoa, why is that not in my book? That was good. You see why I say poetry is the most musical form of writing? I mean, wow, very nice. And these voices that you do. I mean, that's good. Okay, Mr. Jeffers, thank you. Moving right along. Once again, the great Anna Parham.
I didn't know what to write about, and I hadn't been to class. So I asked Tiffany, give me a subject. And this is what she gave me. Let's see, where is it? Sorry. The man is fine. Now, what can I do with that? So this was in class when I wrote this poem. So, and as I go along, you'll find out who I'm talking about. The man is fine. Did you see him? Ain't he fine? Oh my goodness, I can hardly contain myself. Look how he walks. Unhurried, as though he's walking on air. This gives me more time to appreciate him. But what I appreciate most of all is the way he ran the country. For 8 years, with confidence and good judgment, bringing us out of one crisis after another. Thank you, Mr. Obama.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah. Poets are crafty. All right. Next up to the mic is the second time ever, Miss Mary Smith. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Thank you, everyone. The title of my poem this time is Yes, Great-Grandmoms Can Run.
Wow.
My great-grandson and I ran across the street before the light changed. After we reached the other side, he looked at me in a surprised and puzzled way and said, I didn't know great-grandmoms could run. Run, great-grandma, run for your life, but don't forget to look left and right. Let him know, because she walks slow, when it comes time to run, you can be like Speedo. Yes, great-grandmas can run when the time comes. Yes, great-grandmas can run, my little one. Yes, great-grandmoms can run.
Great-grandmas can run. And they can write.
What more can I ask in poets?
That's right.
All right, once again, the extraordinary Lona Dunn.
Yes. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. In the world where you hear so much bad news, you know, it sort of pulls you down a little bit. But we must have hope. Hope is what keeps us going. So the name of my poem today is Hope. Oh, how marvelous it would be to look ahead in this life's journey. How wonderful to see the wonderful blessings that God has stored up for me. Not only for me, but for all humanity. To look beyond the clouds and storms that do not seem to cease. I see the sun shining brightly, and love and peace released. So I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. Oh, his eye is on the sparrow, the tiny little sparrow, and I know, and I know, yes,
wanted to make note of is these are multi-talented people. You know, not only do they write poetry, they do sculpting, they run, they sing. So, you know, it's not, creativity can filter itself in so many forms. Okay, once again, the great Camille Reese.
Okay, like Mr. Jeffers did, he gave a little bonus. So here's a bonus.
Speak up a little.
This is a bonus that I wrote, and it's called Survivors. Talking about you guys. New Yorkers are a strange bunch. They can feel danger on just a mere hunch. They can also sense when trouble is near, and they'll quicken their steps till the coast is clear. Now they don't run, because that ain't cool. That ain't cool. That don't happen. But a low-flying jet is an exception to the rule. When walking the streets, if you carefully check, they're on their cell phones, and that's the thing. But if asked directions of where to go, their face will light up and tell what they know.
All right. Folks just keep writing. They have little pieces of paper, little notebooks. I'm always encouraging them to carry notebooks with them. And some do. Some carry little pieces of paper. You should see where I live. It's just filled with all that stuff. Okay, napkins, exactly. Anything. Your elbow. All right. Next up to the mic is the wonderful Yvonne Thomas. Once again, let's give her a big hand.
All right, once again, you know, this is about our boys. Because I love everybody so much, but these young people with the saggy pants.
All right.
Okay, the saggy pants of our boys. It saddens me to my heart to see our boys so confused. It almost seems like if they turn left is wrong, if they turn right is wrong, and they are so smart and intelligent, but yet suffering for love and attention. They're all so good, so handsome. God made none of them ugly. God loves you all, and Jesus knows I do.
All right.
Well, thank you, Yvonne. People write poems about what troubles them and what brings them joy, or things that trouble them that they want to find the joy in or the love in, and that's exactly what Yvonne did right there. Okay, so we're gonna close. I'm gonna close with Emmanuel's poem. One of Emmanuel Yusuf is not here right now. This one I thought was a really good one to end on. It's called "The Smell of Earth is Good." It's good, yes, it's good. All of which has been blessed by the Creator. We love it to be good. The other side, nobody wants. Nobody wants the disasters that the earth allows to exist, like hurricanes, typhoons, and sea wrecks. No one wants the perilous fire that killed the firefighters. No one wants the melting snow that overflows its banks. Yes, we all want beautiful flowers. We want to reap the soils of what is buried down below, the crops of the land which sustain all of us, the food that makes us strong and sustains us, all the vegetation of the world medicinally, and the tree barks for all cures. Yes, the earth is good. The earth is good in its ever-growing beauty. The sun shines during the day, and it's always quiet and tantalizing at night. The spectacle of its beauty very early in the morning, and the sunset that only the artist can praise by drawing its story or capturing its beauty on canvas. The earth smells good in all its glory. Yes, it smells good, and that's what all of us want. That's how we want the earth to stay and not perish. Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you. Rest in peace. Wonderful people. Another round of applause. They really just stand up. Poet, please stand up.
They talking, huh?
Tiffany, you want to make the
No. Go ahead. Come on.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah, because you're short.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, no, stand up.
Little people in the